All right, guys, day 2, this is our strength day, and I want to continue to work on the boulder squat that we worked on last week. So we're going to keep the same exercises, except now instead of doing 3 sets of 10, we're going to do 4 sets of 10, increasing the volume a little bit, right? So we're going to go over the boulder squat one more time. Andrea's going to set up. We have this yoga block here, and the yoga block, you can substitute for a pillow or anything that's kind of soft. We're going to use that as kind of like a target for her to reach her knee to. Right? It's going to be a few inches off the ground, so she's not going to have to go all the way to the ground, and it's kind of always good to have like a point that you're like trying to hit. It helps you to concentrate and to focus here. Okay? So Andrea's sitting up in her boulder squat. She's going to come down, knees going to touch the block, and then right back up. Take your time on these guys. There's no rush. Technique really matters here. I want to make a quick point to show you that her knee is actually going quite past her toes. That's totally okay. It's really important for building resiliency in the patellar tendon that we slowly load that knee over time, right? Again, this is a body weight exercise. There's not 500 pounds of weight on her back. So we can do that here in this position. If you need a scaled version of this, we're able to come over here to our rail. You can use a chair, you can use a couch, anything for support. She's gonna put one hand on the rail, and she's gonna set up for her boulder squat. Again, if she needs the help, she can put her weight onto the rail and help her to stand up. We're gonna do 10 on each leg. Good job, Andrea. Right, we're gonna superset that with our side plank with our leg raises. So Andrea's gonna sit up into her side plank position. Beautiful, hips are off the ground. Now remember on this one, guys, we want those hips going forward, like towards the camera and up towards the sky, so she gets full hip extension and she gets her obliques firing. Top leg's gonna come up. In 30 seconds, we're gonna go leg lifts on that top leg, right? So now we have the glutes, the obliques, the glute med, all the external rotators of the hips working really, really hard here. This is a really, really valuable exercise, and I think now we should be able to complete it. 30 seconds on one side, then she switches, 30 seconds on the other side. Good job. Go ahead and relax, okay? So that's the first superset. Make sure we're doing 4 sets of 10. In between every set, you're gonna rest about 60 to 90 seconds, long enough that you can complete all the reps on the next set, right? Cool? All right. So the second superset of exercises that we're gonna work on is gonna be our pike push-up. So Andrea's gonna set up in her push-up position. I like the pike push-up because it is kind of like a overhead press and a little bit less of a push-up. So she's gonna walk her toes all the way up, as close to her hands as she possibly can, right? To the point where she's almost over her head. Cool? And she's gonna reach the top of her head towards the ground, and then overhead press straight up, right? So this requires quite a bit of hamstring mobility. If you seem to be lacking in that or feel like it's uncomfortable, you can always walk your hands out a little further away, right? But you're still, your goal would be to kind of hit the top of your head, more of an overhead press. We're doing 10 reps on this, guys. Go ahead and relax, right? We're supersetting that with some shoulder sideline external rotations, right? Now this is kind of like a rotator cuff exercise, working the posterior side of your shoulder. You're gonna lie on your side, and we're gonna use a water bottle here. Again, you don't need a lot of weight for this. We're doing about sets of 15 reps, right? The elbow is gonna stay close to her ribs, and she's just gonna rotate her shoulder externally. And then she gets a little eccentric on the way back internally, right? But we're doing 15 reps on this. If you had a 5-pound dumbbell, that would work really well. Like I said, water bottle works really well. The goal here, though, is to keep the elbow close to the body, right? Don't let it separate. And to focus on the shoulder, the posterior side of the shoulder rotating outwards as you pick the bell or the water bottle up. We'll do 15 reps on each side. And again, guys, make sure you rest at least 60 seconds so that you can maintain the form, the technique, and all the reps needed to build strength with these exercises, okay? Good job, guys. Give it a try. All right, for today's conditioning, we're gonna, again, go for longer intervals. These are gonna be 1-minute intervals with only 30 seconds off in between. We're gonna go for 4 sets today, which is 1 more set than we did last week, okay? So each exercise, we're gonna go for 1 minute. We're gonna go back to back to back to back, and then rest 30 seconds at the end. It's kind of like a long, again, building aerobic capacity. That's our goal, right? To be able to do more work over time. right? That's what that's what conditioning is. You know, being conditioned enough to do more work, right? Or work at a higher pace. All right, so our 4 exercises today, right? She's gonna go 1 minute of high knees. Ready? Let's go. So she's pumping her knees, and again, I like to pump the arms, guys. I like to make it as close to running as possible, right? She's gonna continue this for 1 minute. Then she's gonna go right into her side lunge to curtsy lunge. Again, if you had a couple of 5 to 10 pound dumbbells, you could hold those in your hands as you complete these. Not the high knees, but the side lunges for sure. Once she gets 5 on one side, she'll switch sides. And she's gonna keep it going for 1 minute. Again, there's no break in between these exercises. Got it. Right after the side lunges, she's gonna go for her imaginary ball slams, right? She's picking up her imaginary medicine ball from the ground, overhead, slamming it to the ground. If you had an actual medicine ball, you could do the medicine ball slam here. Or if you don't and you wanted to make it more challenging, add the jump. She's gonna do that for 1 minute. Again, the breath matters here, guys. We don't wanna get to the point where we're completely out of breath, huffing and puffing. Breathing in deep. Continuing to work for 1 minute. Go ahead and relax. We're gonna go into our lateral crawls now, right? She's sitting up in her bear crawl position. Hands underneath her shoulders, knees hovering above the ground, starting her crawl. You can crawl for 4 or 5 steps in one direction, and then go back 4 or 5 steps in the opposite direction, right? And we're gonna continue the crawl for 1 minute. Go ahead and relax. Right? Once you do all 4 exercises, then you're gonna take 30 seconds break, right? This is your chance to catch your breath. It's not really supposed to be a long break. It just gives you a little bit of a break so that we can go right back to the high knees and continue the pace. Cool? Again, don't get to the point where you're breathing out of your mouth. You should be able to breathe in through your nose. You should be continuous effort, okay? Give it a shot.